As of this video, my brokerage account is valued at roughly $233,073. Now, as many of you know, I started this channel way back when in order to show the masses of all of you really how easy it is to achieve your first $100,000, which is, of course, one of the most important money milestones according to every great financial sage, right down to Charlie Munger, especially when he shared his famous words of wisdom in saying, "I don't care what you have to do. If it means walking everywhere and not eating anything that wasn't purchased with a coupon, just find a way to get your hands on $100,000. Now, before I get into my 2025 plan to get my portfolio from $233,000 to over $333,000 this upcoming year, I'm going to tell you why it might be just a little bit easier for someone like me who already has $100,000 versus someone out there like you who perhaps doesn't just yet. But don't let any of that stop you or discourage you on your personal financial freedom journey, because everything that is about to help me can and will likely help you achieve your financial milestones as well. So one of the main reasons why $100,000 is so impactful is that the benefits of actually having capital increases proportionally as that amount of capital grows. Let's just break this down in numbers. If you have $100 and earn, say, 10% annually in terms of a return rate, you're going to make $10. That's an amount easily earned in about an hour's worth of work. However, with $100,000 invested at the same 10% return rate, you're going to earn $10,000 in that same year with the same risk and time commitment. From there, so on and so forth. And in other words, we're really just saying here that money really does make money for you. So given I already have $233,000 invested, I may have an easier time scaling another $100,000 this upcoming year. Either way, here's my plan to achieve another $100,000 in just about 1 year's time. First, I'm going to enter an evaluation period. What does that mean? Well, I am literally going to sit right where I'm sitting right now and actually evaluate just about my entire life. You see, we all often set ourselves up with these big, lofty goals. But one of the reasons we really fail to accomplish them is not because we're just total outright failures. It's actually because we fail to prepare. And failing to prepare is actually just preparing to fail. You following? So in this evaluation period, which could take an hour for some of us, or perhaps a week for others, is all about coming back to the drawing boards with where we are today, what our goals are, and of course, the strategy we're going to use to accomplish the goal. Now, the strategy has to be realistic. So given I am personally now sitting on roughly $233,000 and I'm gunning for another $100,000, or the bare minimum just to be above $300,000 by the end of 2025, I'm merely left now with my strategy, which is going to come down to the following steps in this video. But I do want you to understand something about the evaluation period. This should also be used to brace yourself for challenges to come and a mode of deep questioning, because you're really going to have to commit to what you want to commit to. And at the end of the day, it's going to get uncomfortable. You're going to should experience a season worth of no. But use this time period because at the end of the day, you got to start attacking your goal and determine where you are, be realistic with mini goals, and of course, have this roadmap to success for the audacious conquest. But this all now brings me to step number 2. Simple enough, it's spending less. Yes, you heard that right, simply spending less. Even if you're someone like myself who really barely spends money at all, I'm going to be here to challenge you to spend even less than that. Now, personally, I found that spending less has gifted me with more. And I am not even talking about monetarily means, because ultimately I'm always investing more. But when you stop spending money on whatever worldly, materialistic pleasures that you fester up, you actually discover something pretty interesting about yourself. You truly discover how little you need to be content, how little you need to be joyous, and most importantly, you actually get a little bit more whole with yourself. Now tack on the financial element in metrics here, and it's just a no-brainer why you should be spending much less money. Obviously, the less you spend, the more you're going to have to invest, and as we already saw, the more money you have, well, that's ultimately going to help you make more money. So spend less this 2025, especially if you aren't near your first $100,000, then you really have no business spending much money at all. However, this all leads me now to step number 3, which is earning more. The reality is you can save all you want, and I'm all for it. But the key to wealth, and I mean true wealth, or rather just the key to making more money is having money, as we saw. And the more money you have, the more money you can invest, and the more money you invest, the more money you have. This is really just a circle that we're going to keep running laps in. And we can continue to pass go here as we continue to make more money. Ultimately, this is what is going to build our financial futures. I mean, if you are really bringing in, let's just say $3,000 a month, half of which is likely going towards rent, that leaves you with $1,500, and you got taxes, you have bills, you have groceries, nights out, gas, gifts, whatever else you're budgeted for, and sooner or later, you're ultimately in an unfortunate position where most of you may be, only investing $500 to $1,000 a month. Now, just to let you know, I am sometimes doing that, $1,000, not a month, but a week. And no, I didn't get lucky. I'm certainly not some big time YouTuber, at least at this point in time. It's because I don't spend much. And moreover, I am always working, literally a workaholic, just constantly working, whether it's running this channel, picking up consulting jobs, taking on special projects, or really anything that I can ultimately make more money to invest. Now, this 2025, I'm actually going to be taking on a massive project, which I'm super happy about, but I'm curious to know, what are you ready to commit to this 2025? Are you willing to pick up side hustles, take on another job? Personally, when I was stateside, even when I was a full-time career professional, I even worked holiday seasons at Macy's and Lord & Taylor just to make some extra capital to invest. So let me know in the comments down below what you're actually prepared to do. But while on the topic of earning more to invest more, let's just cover step 4, which is blitzkrieg investing. No, that's not a real thing, but something that I just made up, all just to say that I want you to begin to throw just about everything you possibly can into the stock market. Now, this isn't the time to take a shotgun approach, which most investors do, and that's really just buying literally everything you can with whatever you have. That's not a legitimate strategy. That's just called being a schvutz. I want you to really begin to focus on your top performing stocks and really scale those positions. Or if you want to take a safer approach, you can literally take it easy and overload your portfolio with the S&P itself. Personally, for me, I'm going to be focusing on and building up 2 stock positions that are stocks in focus for me in 2025, scaling these 2 positions that have really been fundamental to my net worth and all my growth. And likewise then with 2 funds. So individual stock wise, I'm going to be growing United Health to over 100 shares, and then likewise with Visa, both of which have been crushing it this past year, as you can see, with United Health up on the year by over 13% and Visa up over 21% year to date. Now, clicking to the 5-year view, you're going to see that United Health soared by over 117%, whereas Visa popped by over 72%. But just keeping your investing game pretty simple with the S&P would work as well. I use Vanguard's VOO, which would have delivered their 91% worth of appreciation, and taking on a bit more risk in my portfolio, at least with a tech-oriented fund like Vanguard's technology fund, ticker symbol VGT, you're going to see that this fund is up over 164% worth of appreciation. Overall, though, I am telling you that this step, investing everything you have, will really make all the difference if you are focused and really scaling high-quality positions. Now, should you do what I see far too many investors doing, taking that shotgun approach and investing into, say, 30 or 40 companies, throwing their money into a little bit of everything, I'm just here to tell you that 2025 will really probably just be another year with a below average returns, which now brings me to step 5. Tracking your success. Now, I've said it here on the channel before, but I'm going to say it again. What gets measured in life gets done. Why? Well, first and foremost, it just keeps you consciously focused on your goal and well aware of all of the progress that you're making or not making. But also tracking your wins and losses almost forces you to make necessary changes along the way when you catch yourself falling short, whether that's on the day-to-day or even the week-to-week. Now, in order to track my investing success, I've been using Gitcoin. So I'm placing a link down there in my description as well as my pinned comment for all of you if you want to give it a test run. But I'm also tracking all my successes on a simple spreadsheet like my expenses, savings rate, net worth. And knowing where I stand financially, I am really at a great position to literally just sit back and not think that I'm on track, but actually know for a fact that I'm on track to my successes, my goals, and my wins. And that's it. There's no esoteric formula for your first $100,000. Literally, it comes down to an evaluation, spending less, working harder to earn more, doubling down on investing, and tracking everything you can for the win. But now I'd love to know where you're at in your journey and what are your big goals for 2025. Let me know down there in the comments. Subscribe, join me on the journey in 2025, and I'll catch you all in the next one.